guys. In this video I'm going to try and troubleshoot a problem that I'm having with my 1.4 TSI 122 horsepower Skoda Octavia 2 facelift. Basically, when under heavy load, heavy acceleration, it loses boost for no particular reason. At the moment my phone is connected to the ECU via a Bluetooth adapter, pretty cheap one, but it still gives me decent information. And let me just try and show you what happens. You can see it should stay with really high boost when I'm heavy on the throttle, but sometimes it basically just stays at zero, or it raises a little bit and then just quickly drops down. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's not reliable anymore. You cannot really overtake like this because you are accelerating a motor without turbo boost. It seems to be going normal now. You see, it should be really accelerating, so it's okay for the moment. And we will continue when it starts doing the thing again. Okay, we are still in 6th gear on the highway, and at this point I'm going to try and accelerate again with full throttle. And this is what I get. This time not even a quick boost at first acceleration. So this is pretty bad. Let me just let everybody else pass by, because I don't have any power in 6th gear. And let me try and accelerate again. Okay, initial boost, then it drops down. And at this point my acceleration is almost non-existent in 6th gear. You almost cannot drive with 6th gear on the highway. And I think from what I read online, this happens more when the engine is really warm, and it might have something to do with valve N75 or with N0299 or with the Wastegate Actuator Rod. So I'm going to grease that rod, try and change the N75 valve, and if this doesn't fix the problem, I'm going to take a look at the N249 valve. So there are a few things that can cause this, but I'm going to try them one by one, and hopefully I can fix this. And of course this is not caused by bad coil packs or something like that, because the motor is running normally. It doesn't create vibrations or something like that. It just doesn't have enough power when hard on the acceleration. So yeah, hopefully I can fix this. So we will continue later. Okay guys, it's the second day. The engine had plenty of time to cool off, and let me just show you what I'm going to do. The N75, I don't know if you can see, it's this thing right here. I'm going to replace that, as it was pretty cheap, and from what it does, it seems that it should be the problem. When it gets warm, it gives incorrect information to the ECU. The second one that could be a problem is this one, N249. This could have a blown membrane, or it could be the new revision that even doesn't have a membrane anymore, and then it cannot be the fault. It could be any of these hoses, so I'm going to also check those. And underneath this protection, it could be the Wastegate Actuator Rod, and that one needs to be greased. The coil packs I do not suspect at all, because I know how those make the car feel when they are not working, so it's not that. But I just saw that we have some signs of smoke around here. So yeah, that is not really good. I'm going to take this off and investigate where is that coming from. Hopefully it's just a gasket or something. I have no idea, but I don't think it was here before and I don't really like it. So let's start taking things apart. Okay, took out some of the parts already. The cover of the motor, the heat cover from the turbo. Moved this air intake just a little bit so I have more room. And I still have no idea where this smoke was coming from, but from underneath somewhere, so I do not think it's really related. Just a small hole somewhere, or a gasket. I don't know, I will investigate, but I don't think that is the problem. And yeah, you can see here the coil pack that I've changed a few months ago, so I really know how a failing coil pack feels like, with this homemade coil pack extractor that goes in something like that, and underneath it, and then you just pull on this, hit it here, and it takes out your coil pack. So that is pretty easy. And I really don't like to take the car to dealers, because honestly, services in my country are really crap. It's better to do everything myself, at least what I can. So yeah, now I'm going to take this off to get to the actuator rod that is under there somewhere, and I think it's quite stuck at the moment. Didn't manage to take this plate off in the end, because I would have to remove the oil and coolant lines, and I have no idea what they use for a seal here. So if there are some copper or aluminium rings, I don't have ones, and reusing the original ones is not a good idea. So I'm not going to take this off. And maybe you can see what I'm trying to grease right here in the middle. I'm going to try and put my finger on it, right there. I'm going to try and give you another angle now. And with the other hand, let me try and put some light on this. That thing must be greased. It's not really easy, but I think I can do it from the position where now I have my telephone and I'm filming. So yeah. Working on this motor is becoming really annoying, really fast. And of course I took out, if my phone would actually focus, I took out this flexible hose or tube just to get more space around here. And it's a pain in the butt to remove these tubes to be able to change the N75. They are quite stuck, as you can see. I'm unable to take this out. I will try a little bit more, and if I can do it, I'm going to try and take this whole thing out with the N75 on it. It has one screw here and one somewhere around there, I think. And yeah, do it like that. Who knows? It's really annoying. I've oiled the bloody thing as best as I could. Actually not oiled, greased. This is grease that goes up to 800 degrees. If this one disappears, I'm going to try and search one that goes even higher than this. This is about the best that I could manage. Hopefully it is good enough. And took out this thing. this is the part that needs changing, and I don't know, either I had the wrong impression that Bosch is the OEM manufacturer for this component, or actually Pierburg is, and I bought a Pierburg, so yeah. And let me just try and show you. Maybe somehow I can put a little bit of light in there. Not really easy, honestly. Turbo seems to be in decent condition, at least this part. There is a little bit of oil. I have no idea if it should be here or not. Even here. Maybe tell me in the comments if it shouldn't be here. I have no idea. I will do some research after this and see. And yeah, let's replace this thing with the new one. Old part out, new part in, and it's a little bit weird. The new part doesn't seem to have the exact code as the original one. It has a 07 here, the original one has a 04, not really sure if you can see it. But I asked based on the VW code, and this is what they gave me. So maybe this is a revision, hopefully. So yeah, let's start putting things back together now. I also took out the N249 valve. It's the new revision. The old one, let me just try. Okay, better focus here. The old one had something orange like this, a membrane somewhere around here all around, and that membrane would get broken in time. This one has a piston, so this has been changed during the life of this car for sure. But that is good for me, because this one, from what I know, doesn't break anymore. So now, one less part that I will have to change sometime. So yeah, let me show you where this goes. It goes here, and it basically closes, it doesn't let air from here, this hole, to go back through here. That's its job. So yeah, this is pretty nice. I think this has the same purpose as a blow-off valve, but it actually puts air back in the intake. I might be wrong. I might totally be wrong, but this is my understanding from what I see here. So yeah, this is okay. I'm going to put it back. The other one is changed. Here everything is already put back together. I have to put that and here a little bit and restart the car and see how it goes. Everything is back together. Hopefully it actually works and the problem is fixed. But that remains to be seen after I connect my phone to the ECU and yeah, go a little bit on the highway to see if I get boost, continuous boost, and don't lose it for no particular good reason. But hopefully it is fixed, because this one is the new part, so there is no reason to change it. The hoses are all good. I greased the rod. Well, yeah, if it's not fixed, I have to go take it to a garage or shop somewhere and let them play on it and hopefully fix it. But yeah, that remains to be seen. Okay, I took a drive, problem not fixed. Same error returns, and searched a little bit more online, and it seems that this airflow sensor could create the problem, and somebody managed to fix it just by cleaning it. And as you can see, mine is full of oil. I have no idea why there is so much oil in here. I have to investigate, but that person also said his was full of oil. So yeah, maybe all of them are like this, who knows. But now I will clean this one and see how it goes. Maybe clean that one. It's easy to reach, see at least how it looks, who knows. But this one I will clean for sure. And then put it back here. So let's do this. Took out even the second one. I think this is after the intercooler. As you can see, it's even dirtier than the first one. So I'm going to clean both of them, put them back, even change them, put this one in place of the other one and the other way around, because they have the exact same part number, and see how it goes. Hopefully this is the fix. This is how the two sensors look after cleaning. This one looks a little bit better. I have no idea if this is because of its position or it was changed at some point, but I'm going to put them one in place of the other just to make sure it's all okay, and then test the car. Still not finished. The car is doing exactly the same, and now I'm suspecting the actuator itself. Basically it seems to be sticking really bad. I don't think this is the problem. It might be that, but something is telling me it's not the problem. This is the problem. So I'm going to undo these screws, undo the elastic clip on the valve itself, and take it out and see if I put some vacuum on it, if it actually works. But I'm thinking it doesn't. And from what I find online, this thing you cannot find it as a separate part. But I found somebody who makes upgrades for this thing, but you can buy the upgrade with the specs from the original part. So basically you are buying an upgraded part with these specs, and you can mount that in place of this. Others have bought a complete new turbo just for this, but that doesn't really make sense for me. Okay guys, sometime later, when I left the video last time, I was trying to test the Wastegate actuator, but sadly I was unable to fully test it. I only undid the two screws at the back and pulled on it, and it seemed to be moving fairly normal. But that doesn't really prove anything. So I didn't have any more time at that point. I put everything back together and then decided to also change this. Of course the new one does exactly the same as the old one, so it's clearly not this piece's fault. And then I decided to try and go to the dealers and see what they have to say on this. Of course, they couldn't say absolutely anything, and they told me to replace this with a new original component. I told them it's already a new component made by the same company that makes the OME part. I couldn't talk to them, they didn't understand, they insisted on that, so I'm not going to pay and buy from them a new piece that will work exactly like this one, because if this does exactly like my original one, it's clearly not this component's fault. So yeah, this time I'm going to do something else. I'm going to open as much as I can here, and then I'm going to test the actuator under there with pressurized air. So basically I'm going to force it to open 20-30 times, I don't know, and let it go back and see if it sticks anywhere. And if I see that it's sticking from one moment to another, then I'm going to try and take it out and test it more. But yeah, that's the plan at the moment. We'll see how this goes. But the dealers, yeah, incredibly stupid. Okay, it's finally fixed. The problem, it seems, was the actuator all along, and today I realized that it was actually getting stuck at the end of its travel, and yeah, that was causing not enough air to enter turbo, so it was not spooling enough. I used a lot of this kind of spray, and yeah, it probably cleaned a little bit here. And then, as you can see, you don't have to take apart too much to get to that little pipe there. You can use something like this, a compressor, maximum of 2 bars, maybe better 1 or 1 atmosphere, it depends on what units you use, and make, I don't know, a few hundred full travels with this actuator, and make sure it does not get stuck again. If it still gets stuck, you need to take a little bit of things around here apart, so you can take it out and clean it really well, or even replace it. Because Forge Motorsport, I think, makes this kind of actuator with the stock settings, so you don't need to buy a new turbo as the dealer would tell you. You can actually replace the actuator and keep this turbo. So at this point I put a little bit of this again. I'm going to again put some air in here, maybe 100-200 times, just to make sure everything is working smoothly, and the car is 100% fixed. Why couldn't the dealer do something similar to this? I have absolutely no idea. So in a moment I'm going to show you how I put pressure on the actuator. Okay, let me just show you the pressure. One moment. This is what I use, and it doesn't seem to create any harm. And this is what I connect. Silicone hose. Let me just try and actually see myself where that is, but sadly you cannot see when I'm doing it. Maybe you can hear. You cannot see anything. One moment. Okay. And now I'm going to try and put some pressure again. Basically it was getting stuck like this, and now it's not. And this is how it should work normally. Sadly, I don't think you can see anything. Okay, so that's about it. If this will start doing the same again, I will probably take everything out and clean the actuator really good, or even replace it, but for the moment it's working absolutely perfectly. So yeah, this can be fixed. Okay guys, I'm proud to announce that the problem is 100% fixed. Now I'm not really sure if the release spray that I used, that is mainly for nuts and bolts, I used it on the rod of the actuator. I'm not sure if that solved the problem, or the fact that the homemade compressor that I was using to move the actuator actually, together with the compressed air, outputs a fine mist of oil from inside the compressor. So maybe that oil went inside the actuator itself and helped make it unstick or something. I'm not really sure, but I've been driving for a few days now, and the problem has never come back, not even once. So it's clearly 100% solved. Now I made all these steps to fix the problem. For you it could be any of them. but for me, as always, it was the absolute last one. But what can I say, it's fixed. If it will ever do that again, I'm going to take it out completely and clean it with lots of alcohol inside and outside the actuator. And if that doesn't fix it for good, I'm going to replace it with the Forge Motorsport one. But for the moment, I'm just going to show you how it behaves now, as it should have always behaved. We are getting the maximum boost and it stays there no matter what. Every single time I accelerate, the same thing. It's really smooth, the acceleration. Before it was a little bit in steps, even when it was kind of working, but now it's perfect, I should say. So yeah, hope this video is helpful to you and you get this problem sorted. None of the mechanics that I went to wanted to really listen to me that it could be the actuator's fault. They were talking about completely other things, even the turbo being completely dead, although it was doing its thing, but not always. So yeah, hopefully this video will help you fix the problem, and as always, comment, subscribe, like the video, and see you in the next one. Bye.